Another wonderful story here that we get as a result of Republican policies that are screwing over regular people is in Raw Story, how desperate women are being forced to get abortion drugs from Mexico. Well, that's lovely. Look, I will say this in fairness. There's a lot of people who are forced to get all kinds of drugs from Mexico, not just abortion drugs. Remember when Bernie did the... it was effectively a PR stunt, but it was a substantive one where he said he took Americans with diabetes, I think it was into Canada, to get insulin. Because it cost $30 in Canada, it cost $300 here. And he was making the point of like, this is psychotic. What are we doing? Well, I'm sure there's people, anybody who's near that southern border, who's like at or below the poverty line, they're probably are taking drugs that come from Mexico because they're probably significantly more affordable. But now they have to do it with abortion drugs because of a right-wing crackdown on reproductive health care. Drugs being smuggled into the United States from Mexico aren't always the illegal ones. After states around the U.S. banned abortion, underground movements have propped up to help get abortion pills to those who need it. The Washington Post reported Tuesday about a woman who found out she was pregnant at 10 weeks, putting her outside the cutoff date of her state. "I need advice. I am not prepared to have a child," the 25-year-old wrote on Reddit. "Please help." She was sent a private message from an anonymous site offering to send her abortion pills for free. The covert international network is part of a new effort that has been set up to help women who can't afford to travel to other states to get the drugs they need. The emerging network, fueled by the widespread availability of medication abortion, has made the illegal abortions of today simpler and safer than those of the pre-Roe era. Remembered for its back alleys and coat hangers, said the Post. After the Supreme Court allowed states to make abortion illegal, those desperate to help began working to find ways to help. It means, however, there likely isn't any medical oversight. So yes, this is the problem. You don't really know what you're getting. And maybe it's not safe. And maybe it wasn't regulated well in the first place. And it's sort of a crapshoot. Trusting randos on the internet is not always the best idea. So, on the one hand, you sympathize with people, right? Like, shit, you're in this position, you can't afford to go to another state, you gotta do what you gotta do. But then on the other hand, you're like, this can end poorly, you know? After the Supreme Court allowed states to make abortion illegal, we already did that. Over and over, pro-choice activists have warned that making abortion illegal doesn't mean that it will stop abortions or reduce abortions. The underground movement that has popped up confirms this adage. That's true. They've done studies on countries where they have banned abortions, and they're not really lower than countries that don't ban abortions. It's just they're not regulated and more dangerous. The report describes a pipeline that begins in Mexico where activists are bundling pills from international pharmacies for as little as $1.50 a dose. Volunteers then get the pills in the mail and send them to pregnant women in states that have banned it. There's a fear, however, of verifying that the pills are what they say they are. It's scary. Guillermo Ortiz, an OBGYN and senior medical advisor, said, "If women don't know how to tell if an abortion pill is real, it could cause huge harm." So this is where we're at now. Which, by the way, it also shows you there's zero nuance in the far-right approach to dealing with this issue. Because you would think people would make distinctions, right? In the same way that you say, hey, an abortion at 7 months is a lot different than an abortion at 7 weeks. You would think that even in red states, they'd say, okay, yeah, maybe we won't have this kind of abortion and that kind of an abortion, but early on in the pregnancy, a pill abortion? Even that? But no, if anything, they actively throw all nuance out the window on purpose, and some of these states even want to go after stuff like Plan B. The morning after pill. 195 Republicans voted against making contraception a right. They literally want states to be able to ban condoms and the pill. I mean, this is psycho stuff. We are this close to people saying, to red states saying, we're going to ban jerking off. Because when you bust a nut, you just killed like trillions of potential human beings. I mean, it's a joke, but it's not really a joke because they're almost there already. And so this is the result, man. And then at the same time, these people love to cloak themselves in the The language of freedom. We believe in freedom. We believe in liberty. That's what we believe in. And when I say that, I mean I want to ban gay marriage, ban contraception, ban any and all abortion under all circumstances, and control your life in very specific ways. I don't know how they can square that circle in their mind. What they mean when they say freedom, they mean I believe in the freedom of business owners to treat their workers like shit. That's what they mean. When they say we believe in freedom and like free markets, bro, free markets is the boss or the owner gets to do whatever they want without the government intervening and telling them like, hey, you need to do this safety regulation or you need to pay overtime pay for... They want, no, it's my freedom to pay them shit. Force them to work overtime for no extra money. That's my freedom. That's what they mean by freedom. That's what they mean by freedom. They want the state to be free to restrict your freedom. Let the state be free to say, like, you can't even have a pill abortion, bro. That's the kind of freedom I believe in. The freedom to take away freedom. Okay. All right. I got you. I see you. I see what you guys are up to. Again, I don't know how many times I've said this show, but this is dystopian shit. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.